Alright. So the plan tonight is to play smart, safe, aggressive. Know our advantages, know our disadvantages, work around those. And that's really it today. Hope to have a good game or two. We'll see what we can do.
And we have a good game or two, using the tools available to us. Let's get into it. An important part of this game is using all the resources you have available to you. Using your perspective and your hearing to know what's coming before you even see it.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that as well. Why not? Well, it's mine now. Let's see what I can make of it. Not planning on holding onto the shotgun. Completely futzed that first shot, but it worked out.
And really, it's about using everything you have available to you. We were fortunate there, we had the corner to peek around, we could hear them walking around inside the wooden building, and we were able to take complete advantage of our positioning. Though, we messed up pretty bad with that first shot. Luckily for us, they panicked as well, fired, and missed. Just finished up looting the complex we were in. Jump out, start moving, see an easy target, take advantage of it. Being decisive is something we're working on, but ultimately we do that fairly well in these two games we play, though the indecisive moments we do have end up costing us. Gonna skip through some of this game today. Just
moving.
Parts that are uninteresting, moving, looting. This game is fairly quick, so we'll get right into it. On our way over, we managed to spot another vehicle. See it as an opportunity. They don't seem to spot us yet. We're gonna get up on this hill, watch down into the city, see what we can do about it. Using the hill as primary cover.
Thank you.
And being decisive when it comes to engaging our opponent. Fortunately for us, he was in the middle of a mistake and he continued to panic. Gets us a level 3 vest, some nice attachments, and we move forward. But on second thought, through rough terrain, I like the buggy better. And there's a lot of filler in this game. Take a lot of long shots at people, hit some, but there's no real good action, so we're gonna skip ahead to when it starts to really heat up. Well, we've skipped ahead about 30 kills. Circle's closing in. Very interesting final circle. Lots of people around us, though we're fairly safe towards our edge of the circle. But we have to move.
This is probably where I die.
It was a rather poor decision in hindsight going to these buildings. Get saved by the pan. Quite fortunate I survived here, at least this far. I hear him coming in. I know I don't have time. He's switching weapons. Peeking around the corner. Decisive engagement. Step into it. Try to get the first peek on him. It worked out. Healing up while I can. Another person. They're coming inside. Well, round 2. Being decisive, getting the first peek. He was really stupid not being careful around that corner with another dead body there already. And that's when I hear someone above me. On inside, this building's a little too hot. Buildings are going to be quite popular at this point in the game, especially towards the final circles like these, especially the buildings I'm in, nice towards the middle. I hear vehicle approaching. Get low, watch the stairs, watch the doors. There's an engagement. Close. I decide to move on it. No visual. Using the Jeep as general cover. I can hear someone inside that building. Shots out with the hill. Vehicle approaching. Patience is a virtue. Down him. Work on the next guy. Miss. Get to cover. Reposition. And it's at this point I start to realize, looking at the circle, what we've been given now, the buildings I'm in are unlikely to be in the final circle. Likely the hill's going to be where it's at, and anyone holding that hill will have great positioning on the people running from the buildings through the open field towards the hill. So I'm deciding, if I see someone on that hill moving, I'm going to take them out because they're a huge threat. Shot, not sure where from. Could be the red building, could be the hill across, not sure. Take cover. Reposition. Now it's time to plan. It's time to think. Not a whole lot has happened recently, but there's been a whole lot that happened just a bit ago. So now's the planning stage. How do I move? How do I get from this circle to where I need to go? Movement around the building. Grenade sounds. It's downstairs it sounds like, but it's close. Watch the stairs. More grenades. More grenades. That was close. That might have been upstairs. Looking at the circle. I need to get out of this building. Play away from the final circle. Play my edges. Start to move forward, using the cover I have. And that's where I fuck up. I did not check that corner. Fortunately, I was again decisive in my engagement, knew where they were, acted on it aggressively. Fuck. It's quite the intense round here at the end. Heal up. Think. I can hear other people, but I'm not sure exactly where they are. They appear to be in front of me somewhere. Think about the cover available to me. Decide to move. Using the outer edge to keep a watch inside the buildings where I know there are lots of players. And just using the wall as a way to move through this complex without having to go in between a whole bunch of players. It allows me to step up. There's an engagement happening. 2 players engaging each other. I decide now's my time to move. Get down through this hill, get a bit of cover that way. And I start taking shots. Swerve. Get to cover. Shots sounded like they're coming from the west. Don't see them. Only have time for a bandage there. Wall was coming in. Get forward. Is this rock in the circle? it's not. I have to keep moving. Looking around, don't see anyone on top of the hill. Take cover behind this rock from the top of the hill. Player's moving. Someone on top of the hill is taking shots. That guy's a threat. If he starts shooting at me, I'm in trouble. But I don't want to give my position away either. So now we know where the last guy is. Just have to heal up, think about our next plan. And this is where I start making mistakes. He knows where I'm at. I'm healed up as much as I can. I'm looking for him on top of the hill. I'm looking for him peeking. What I should be doing is playing the edge of this blue. I should be moving swiftly, crouched to my left, playing the edge while he's focused on that rock. Looking for him. Crawling up. Still don't see him. Decide I need to check the edge because he might have the same idea I have. And there he is.
No, damn. I fucked up.
And we didn't play the edge very well there. We could have been safe from our left if we had played the edge of the blue. Also, we didn't aim particularly well there. Our spread kind of screwed us a little bit. We had the vector, was an option. Overall, though, it wasn't a terrible round. Placed second. And through all that chaos, I'll take it. It was a nice round, entertaining to say the least. Interesting circle, or interesting plane line. Not particularly my favorite over the chasm. And I decide I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to go for better loot. I'm going to be more decisive. And I'm going to really try to grab this game as hard as I can and make it mine. So I go for high reward, high loot area that's also fairly popular, the schoolyard. We're going to skip a little bit of time looting in this game as well, but we're trying to go for the whole round. We're going to try to display everything that happens, give a really good example of what my thought process is. It really kind of show you exactly what's going through my mind as I work through this and my strategy in trying to win this game even though I'm not a particularly skilled player. It's using the system to the best of our abilities, and fortunately, we just lucked out this game. But we have to earn it first. No weapon right on me. I have to move to grab one. I know there was a guy this way. Yep, and there he is. And I have to be careful, and I have to loot quickly. I'm not sure how many other players are in this complex. I didn't see a whole lot of people dropping in this area, but it's a very popular place, and I could have missed people. So you want to play cautiously, look around, and play careful. Using the cover I have available, listening, looking through the windows, watching for movement. At this point, I'm trying to detect any sign of another player here. Moving cover to cover. Trying not to stay out in the open too long while I'm looting. Just watching the windows, looking for other players, listening for other people moving around. Using the best of what we have available to understand how many other people are here. And it takes me a while. Slowly looking through this way and that way. Listening very carefully. Probably playing it a bit slow, especially for people's liking. It's not the most flashy of play styles, but it's a real safe, secure way to play the game. There are lots of threats in this area that could have ended up killing me if people were playing it smart, but I didn't clear it particularly well. Fortunately for me, after some time I realize I'm alone, and I get to loot this place all to myself, which is rather nice. So I decide, after looting here,
I'm gonna head towards the apartments. I haven't heard a lot of action in that direction. Lots of good loot over there. And anytime you can get good free loot, it's generally a plus. Again, didn't see a lot of people drop in this area. I'm thinking I'm fairly alone. Scoping through the buildings, making sure I have my close quarters weapon out. At this point, really trying to gear up as best I can. Again, I'll be skipping a lot of the looting in this game, but it's important to stay geared, keep moving, check your corners well. Oh, and there's shots. Keep an eye out for it. I have my shotgun arrow. I'm not looking to engage at this distance. I'm just looking for more information. See if there's anything else I can find out about what's going on. So I have to think. Well, there's engagements in that direction. There are other players in this complex. And I have to decide what I want to do about that. So I decide I'm going to be aggressive about this. I am going to hunt those other players, take the loot they've gotten, and use that for myself later throughout the game. So I need to set myself up for that hunt. So I'm using the cover I have available to me, moving up, getting a good perspective on the buildings, watching, waiting. Just waiting for the next thing to happen. Oh, that makes me jump every time. At this point, I decide to use the cover of the sound of the explosives. Move up towards the building where I heard the firing. Get in. And really watch for other players. Doors open. Someone has already been in this building. They might be upstairs. I heard engagements at this building complex. So I decide I'm going to sit here, wait for the players likely upstairs to come down, and then I'm going to get them then. That's when I hear shots. I decide I'm going to move on those shots. They seemed outside to the west. This is where I move up. And using your ears is really a huge benefit in this game. Having a good set of headphones, listening to the direction of sounds can really save you, like these footsteps. Did you hear that? I did. He was close. And there he is. I can aim, I swear. That's one of the players that killed another one earlier, likely to have two people's loot on him. There is the issue of where I killed him, though. I heard an engagement in this area. I didn't see a death from that engagement. So there's likely another player around here. And that is right in the middle of the open field. It'd be very risky heading out there. Fortunately for me, the direction players are going to be moving is from behind the buildings out towards the field from me. It's very unlikely anyone's going to be coming directly from the direction I'm facing because of where the first circle is. Though it seems rather open, I actually have great cover from the positions players will be approaching me from. I'm going for it. I'm probably going to die. That said, this is definitely a risk. Heading out into the open, grabbing a fairly obvious loot, and I get rewarded, fortunately. Not with a whole lot, but something. Well, there's the sights I needed. Head back to my advantageous position. I'm right up next to the circle. I can afford to sit here, watch, wait, use my positioning to gain the advantage on other players. A little bit of a time skip coming up shortly. Right there, using our eyes and ears. Heard someone close to us, generally in that direction. Not sure where, but they could be coming around the building on that side. So we're just going to play it careful. Watch it. Keep watching out towards the circle. We don't have to step into it yet. We can take our time on this one. And that's when we see him. Right there. So far, I've been playing fairly well. Being decisive, taking good shots, not getting too jumpy at it, being very careful about what advantages I have and taking them. This is where I start to make mistakes. I get trigger happy. I don't wait and use my advantages. Of course, it'd be nice if I could hit something. Some days, you're just a potato. And watching on the replay, I actually saw him, he kept running towards the east. I didn't see him in-game, so I figured he would hunch down, figuring he was low health, and he would want to heal at this moment. So I'm trying to wrap around, see if I can't get an advantage on him from a new angle, and kill him while he's trying to heal and still watching my old position. Unfortunately for me, he's not healing, he's not staying still. He is booking it more towards the middle. And that gives him a better position on me, which allows him to take shots. Not quite sure what he's shooting me with. Whatever it is, it's very low damage. I still think he's down there. I still think he's down in that direction healing, but likely he's off to my east, to my right. I have no clue where this guy is. I'm trying to hear where his shots are coming from, but for some reason I just can't pick it out. Looking uphill, looking over that way. I cannot spot this guy. I still think he's more towards the circle than I am, but actually he's not. And this is where I continue to make mistakes. I figure, well, he's been a crap shot so far. He's only hit me once and didn't do that much damage. Let's see if we can't get him to shoot at me more. Give his position away. Very, very risky play. If he's actually a good player, I just die there. Just never count on your opponents being bad to win. So I decide to reposition. He's not taking shots. I need to move. I can't stay in that position where he's been shooting at me and not know where he is. That, and the circle's coming in, at least shortly, so I have to get moving. That was the first circle. I'll have a long ways to go to get to the next one. Looking around, watching, being very careful to watch for anyone else moving. As I stick myself in, try to use this hill to my advantage. Stay up above where he was on that left side. Just surveying what's in front of me, trying to decide what the best direction to take is. Because I need to get into that circle, but I need to be careful about how I do it. Fairly open ahead, keep our eyes on swivel, skip a bit of running, and the circle's up ahead. Now I have two options. I can move safely in front of me, into the trees, where it's fairly open, or I can move up to the right, onto the hill, use that to decide which side of the hill I can take engagements on. If I stay on the bottom side of the hill, I can take engagements from people below.
If I stay on the top side of the hill, I can take engagements from people above. If I can skirt the edge, I can choose which side I stick on, and I can pick or disengage fights as I choose. It's part of using the hills to my advantage. A few rocks here. Good cover from above the hill. Decide to stop, watch behind me, make sure no one's coming in on the blue, and heal up. Well, I just checked my left flank. It appears to be clear. We move up on top of the hill, check the top, see if there's anyone else staying up here. We're really playing the edge of the circle here, watching for other players. Trying to be very careful about being able to see others before they see me. Alright, top of the hill seems relatively clear. Checking downhill. Doesn't appear to be players close on this side. It's not the side I want to play to anyways. So the left side was fairly clear. Top of the hill's fairly clear. Right side's fairly clear. I'm going to play towards the top of the hill here. See what I can't spot. Take it nice and slow. Get right in behind people. Like this guy. Fortunately, I'm not a potato that time. And he has some 5.56. Only thing he really has a value on him that I don't already have. So I'm going to keep moving. That big hill's right in the middle of the final play circle. Lots of trees, lots of cover. Circle's coming in on me. Gotta look at what's around, where I can take cover, where others can take cover. It's a building over there, near an open field. If there's someone in that building, they've got a good position on anyone trying to cross that field. And they've got a good way to get up on that hill if they need to. Good spot. Similarly, on my left, lots of small hills. Lots of rocks, lots of trees, lots of cover in that direction. Good way to sneak on up, get in, circle undetected. Likely a player that way as well. I decide to use this hill between the 2 points. Watch out towards that building where I'm more exposed. Not seeing any movement of anyone coming in with the blue, so I know I'm relatively safe from that direction besides the building. Don't see anyone up on top of the hill directly in front of me. And I don't see anyone immediately to my left. Though it has some nice hills. Nice staggered steps on the way up towards the top of the hill where eventually I will need to go. So I decided to start moving that way. And again, playing the edge of the blue, playing it slow, reaps its rewards. Move to engage him. Realize this is going to be a tree engagement. And think better of it. I'm right up next to the blue. It's coming in a minute. I don't want to have a long engagement behind 2 trees, waiting there forever, and both of us die to the blue. So I decided to play the hill that's right here, cover myself from that direction, and move swiftly up to the circle. It's a risky play. If there is anyone off to my right, I'm very exposed. If that guy decides to be really ballsy and chase me, I'm also very exposed. But it's unlikely he's going to push that position too hard. And I was right. There was someone off to my right, and it left me very exposed to it. Sound far away though. And if you look down at those buildings on the right, you can actually see him moving right there. And I don't spot him until he comes out right now. Right there. So we know where that player is. We know there's another one behind us up on the hill somewhere. Healing up from our mistake. But we got ourselves positioned into that circle. We don't have to worry about pushing up late and having everyone watch us come in. Take aim at that player there. He likely spotted us. Still probably knows where we're at. Using the rock as good cover. Checking uphill. Oh, nope, that's a motorbike. And I hear shots close just on the other side of this hill. I decide to move, check it out, engage. I'm not sure exactly where they are though. They're close. Using my eyes and ears. I don't see anything. I hear them very close though. And listen. It's only because I switched to my shotgun that I survived that. And the person they were engaging is taking shots, but I knew what direction that was towards. Still that same person. I'm watching in the wrong direction, and now I'm watching in the correct direction again. Heal up. Fortunately, I'm getting lots of heals and boosts from the bodies I'm killing. More engagements uphill, and I will have to move here in about a minute. Probably sooner. That guy sounds like he's engaging someone else. There's still that guy over there. I am pinned between two people. And now I'm not. Again, being decisive. Taking that engagement, leaning into it. No mercy, no hesitation is a good way to get more kills. If you waffle on it, you can miss your opportunity. Stick to your decisions, and you'll find yourself following through on them much better. I've just killed him. He came up from this side. I also came up from this side. It's unlikely there are other players watching this direction, especially with the way he came up. So I decide now's my time to move up, get a good position for the next circle. But it is open. Ooh, and there's shots over there, just over the hill. Get some cover, collect my bearings. Shots to my left. No, I have to move. Circle's coming in, I have to get into this one. This hill right here, I could use it to cover from that direction. Ooh, actually, there's a little mini hill in the shade I just ran over that'll cover me from that direction as well. So if I stick right here, I can watch this way and be relatively hidden from anyone approaching on the other side. It's a gamble. If they have good eyes, if they're paying attention, I die. Footsteps. They're close. Switching to my shotgun, moving up. But this player pays attention as well. I'm lucky. They were a good shot. Half health me. Several headshots. My helmet is nearly wrecked. Heal up. Take what I can from them. They were listening as well. They knew I was coming. Even though they weren't looking at me. And they almost took me out. Another good player using what they have available to them to the best of their ability. Boosting up. Getting ready to move forward. There are 3 people left alive. Taking a relatively uninjured helmet. And a slightly better vest. Probably a waste of time. So now I have to think. Uphill is where the next circle is. Right up there. Lots of cover, lots of hills in between. If I take it directly, I'm right in the middle where everyone can see me. Not a good idea. I skirt the edge of this blue super hard. Watching for others. I was just at that building. It's unlikely there's people down there. If someone's on the top of this hill, though, that could be trouble. So crouch. Try to be quiet. Move up. Watch. Listen. And I'm just on the edge of the circle. Not quite touching the blue either. I'm in a very awkward spot to get into, but a very advantageous position. Right on top of this hill, looking down into everything else. And there's a fight going on somewhere. Was that thrown at me? Was that thrown at someone else? Where are they?
There's a smoke grenade. There's a guy down there, and there's a guy right there. I can see the last two players. I'm waiting for them to fight it out. They're fighting each other. Dealing damage. Take this time to reload my shotgun. They're pushing up. Whoever wins, I have to kill. Fortunately for me, it's the guy right here who ends up winning that fight. Better not aim down sights. And that's all there is to it. Using the hills as cover, understanding how people move around the circle, and using a decisive and slightly early pattern allowed me to really take an advantage in that game